This video will walk you through calculating descriptive statistics and the 95% confidence interval for the mean using SPSS. So I'm using my combined data here from returns 2 as my original data set, and I'm going to go into Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, and Descriptives. I want descriptives on my combined data, so I'll select that data, then go in and select options. I would like my mean, my standard deviation, my min, my max, my variance. Also, I'm a little interested in skewness and kurtosis since I did notice looking at my histogram that my data was skewed. So I'm going to click Continue and then click OK. And it brings me to my output here of my descriptive statistics. So my minimum return was negative 41.9%. My maximum return was 97.5%. My average return was negative 13.19%. My standard deviation of returns was 17.77%. So that is pretty distributed. And again, I can also see, looking at my skewness and kurtosis, that my data is quite skewed here. So we're not exactly following a standard normal distribution. The next thing I want to do is develop a 95% confidence interval for the mean. So I'm going to go back to my data. By clicking here, I'm now in the output and I want to go back to my actual data. And I'm going to go into Analyze and then Compare Means. Now this is a little bit odd. Even though I'm only doing a 95% confidence interval for the mean, I'm actually going to be using a method used to do hypothesis testing. So I'm going to go into Analyze, Compare Means, and then this one sample t-test on my combined data. So I'll select my data. My test value is going to be 0. Since I want 95% confidence, so I can select that by going into options, but it's going to default give me a 95% confidence interval anyway. So there's really no reason to change that or to go into options. I just wanted to show you that you could in fact do it. And I'm going to click OK. And what this spits out here is actually a one sample test. It's testing, does the mean actually equal 0? And no, you see that the mean does not equal 0. But it does, if we look at the 95% confidence interval down here at the very last two cells, it gives me the lower and upper bound. So I can say I'm 95% confident that the average 1 year return on combined was between negative 17.09% and negative 9.29%. So these funds didn't do really well.